Okay, so I was sitting in class one day, and this hit me out of the blue. Think about this. All relationships, no matter what, either end with you breaking up or death. That's like, just, oof, yikes. Well, now that I got you guys all depressed, let's talk about some relationship stuff. I don't understand the reason I do half the things I do when I'm really into somebody. Given I don't understand why I do half the things I do, period. But it's when I'm really head over heels, call my mama in the middle of the night because she might be the one into a girl. Everything she says or does feels like the most prophetic, beautiful Einstein shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, she could be talking about toasters for all I care. It would not matter. And this pathetic period of time I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is what we will now dub for the remainder of this video as the honeymoon phase. It's this nice little section of the relationship timeline. You know, after considering you might actually like this person right here, and before realizing you might actually hate this person, but they're still down to like watch The Flash together and buy them extra guac. And you know what? I never understood that. Like, why is everything so Disney at the beginning? Flowers, chocolates, all that Walgreens shit. And so M. Night Shyamalan at the end. Well, after a lot of self-reflection in Google, I think I've got a solid explanation. So on the surface of this amalgam of feelings, when you're attracted to someone new, it's exciting because it's, well, new. New person, new feelings, new reason to actually look nice on a Tuesday morning. Getting to know someone, connect with them, and possibly do other extracurriculars with. So this might be a little science heavy episode, but I really want to convey what I'm talking about here. All right, so those feels you're in come from your brain and body releasing a bunch of feel-good chemicals. Vasopressin for attachment and bonding, dopamine for pleasure, desire, and reward, and oxytocin, which is released after physical contact, or really physical contact. Okay, this is the second I'm talking about sex. And to top it all off, levels of serotonin, a chemical that helps send messages through the brain and regulate their intensity, starts to drop off, like a lot. Plus increasing levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. And that really kicks in the change from completely rational person to Black Friday Walmart shopper levels of obsessive. So that's one mystery solved, but that leaves us with one more question. Why does the honeymoon phase even end? Well, if you let me continue from my Kurt and I, the science guy perspective. As time goes on, your serotonin and cortisol levels start to go back to normal, making you feel a little less hot and bothered and a little more just, regular bothered. Things aren't so magical anymore because those levels have evened out. But that doesn't mean that person isn't necessarily still not the bee's knees in your eyes, because all those other chemicals are still very much in effect. And this goes a bit into breakups, and since I want to make this a little mini series, I'll keep it short as to not steal my own thunder, I guess. But to be honest, it's better to finally be out of that honeymoon phase, believe it or not. When you're nice and saturated to your significant other, the rose petal glasses finally come off and you can see them for their flaws, and you learn if you guys can communicate well, argue well, basically if you're really a good match in the first place. But hey, that's just my opinion, so let's ask the public.
What is the honeymoon phase?
It's the phase when you go on a honeymoon.
It's definitely not what we're talking about.
Lots of affection.
And then it's like, oh, I love you, and this is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and nothing could ever go wrong.
Spending a lot of time together.
And they're madly attracted. It's more like lust when you first meet somebody.
So they're just trying to smash.
I mean, not exactly.
Is that what we're getting at?
Mostly in the bedroom.
All right. Why do you think the honeymoon phase starts, and why do you think the honeymoon phase ends?
It happens because it's somebody new.
Because of intimate things.
What are these
I
things?
think generally, for the most part, most people can discern the meaning of intimate things.
Gross.
And then it ends because, I mean, you can't be in that stage forever and life happens.
Sometimes you might see too much of somebody.
As a person who's been in, are you been in a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, you answered that quick. Do you think the honeymoon phase is a good thing? Is it needed?
I think it's a good thing to a point.
It's really the time you really do get to know somebody.
That's when you make your best memories, I bet. Is in the starting of your relationship during the honeymoon phase.
And it's just downhill from there.
No, it's definitely not downhill from there. But I'm just saying.
That's what we were getting at. What's good, y'all? I'm editing this bad boy as we speak. So if you like the video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. I'm so sorry for being late, but Nintendo decided to release Breath of the Wild, and then I don't know what you expect me to do. But let me know in the comment section what you think of the honeymoon phase. Make sure you guys drop a like, and make sure you subscribe. We outie.